I usually make one of these trip reports um, uh, about my progress. So I mean, technically, it's not even progress at this point. It's the ending. It's the conclusion of events here. So, I mean, 22 months now. What have we learned here? Uh, I've learned the world is really fucking small, or the world is really fucking huge, and you can't really see all of it at the same time, dude. Like, when I started this stuff, it was like 2023, and it was just a blink in the eye, dude. And now we're 2025 summer. It's like 22 months, dude. Like, so now we're rebuilding, the our lives right now. It was basically we sold everything, and then we just boom, 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 we hit it, dude. And that's that's the thing, dude. Like, I really fallen in love with daily life here in Barcelona. Like, uh, I can definitely see why they say like livability here is one of the best in the world, and it's fucking great, dude. Like, the metro was on time for most of the time. Although I had some crazy stories, man. Like, I didn't even know I experienced apagado, man. Um, when they had the power blackout, like, I didn't even know what to do, and I didn't even know I would experience something like this in the 21st century. But I already did. I experienced this back in New Jersey. They had the blackout, Northeast, 2003, I believe, and it was the same situation. It was like cascade failures and all sorts of stuff. But now it is. uh, uh, I mean, it happened. We were able to progress, and I thought I was gonna fucking get fired because I didn't have electricity or Wi-Fi to do my job, and I don't have time off, and it's automated. And I mean, we got through it. I just so happened to be on a break status, so I was able to hide my absence in the metrics by skipping breaks for the next whole week, dude. So that's how we did it. Balanced it out. Um, but now we got to go to Chicago. We got to pick up this. We got to pick up some documentation. The crazy thing is, one of the apartments I lived in, Kansas City. Apparently, there was a lawsuit with the fucking landlord, and I got a check in the mail. I didn't even know this lawsuit happened. I just got mailed a check. Fortunately, I got like this virtual mailbox, so I got like this automated assistant where I could be like, whatever it is, I'm just gonna open it up, ask them to scan and open this mail. So I seen this. The check got voided, so I asked them again. I was like, hey, we're just gonna, can you reissue the check? So we got to pick up the check, then we're gonna pick up the keys at this apartment. And I mean, it's crazy, dude. Like, when I started this journey, it was in Kansas City, and I swore I would never come back, and then I'm coming back. And that's the crazy part, dude, because now that I've been throughout the world and I got to live in all these different cultures and countries and stuff, you gotta admit, you gotta say, hey, honestly, Kansas City is not too bad. I know so many people that are trying to like move out and stuff like that, but I actually came back because um, I qualified for an apartment in the neighborhood that I ultimately was looking for to qualify in the beginning, before I started this stuff. But I mean, I didn't have any credit, history, nothing. So it's crazy. If you move out the country for 2 years, it erases your rental history. So that's apparently how I qualified. I gotta write a book about that, like, because everybody's been asking for cosigner, this and that, or deposit $20,000. Like, uh, that's not happening. So, yeah, man, dude. Like, we're just gonna go to work in Chicago, enjoy the big city life for a bit, because I mean that's why I wanted to move away from Kansas City. It's kind of small. And then I tried qualifying for an apartment in Chicago, and the budget's not happening. But uh, ultimately, I didn't even need an apartment in Chicago, because now I got this Kansas City downtown apartment. So we're gonna rock that shit up. And then if I ever need to go to the office, it's just gonna be like, oh, I got all these points and air miles from traveling the world for the past 2 years, which is gonna do last minute award travel, because apparently that's the game, dude. Like, you just got to be using points and air miles. So now, I really want to get another cat. Definitely Miss Bentley. But that's the thing, dude. Like, we gotta check this out. I wanna something like a Siamese breed, because they're really attached to humans and stuff, and they're very dog-like, etc. But ultimately, I was looking for a cat because that's kind of what Miranda said too. Like, cats are like less priority children. So I mean, you could leave the cat alone for a bit and be back, and then he's gonna miss you, but he's gonna be fine. Dogs, like, you really need to get a dog sitter if you're gonna be away longer than a day. So you know that's the thing. We still got this remote job, so we're not giving up totally on Digital Nomad, but that's really how this thing ultimately works. You can't pay for rent or shelter in two parts of the world at the same time. So that's why I let my lease drop out, and then I just traveled the world because it was really affordable that way. And then the other thing is that cost of living is a lot cheaper outside of America, man. So if you get paid US dollars, like, you're gonna be balling no matter where you go in the world. So that's another thing that I learned. It's kind of fucked up because Spain is going through housing crunch right now, and there's a lot of anti-tourism, and I totally get it, man, because that's why they put an end to this golden visa scheme. You used to be able, if you could buy 500,000 euros of property, you would just get long-term citizenship, Spanish citizenship, and all these Americans are buying up property and retiring here, and they know it's really nice, but at the same time, it's kind of fucking over the people who live here to begin with and been here for hundreds of thousands of years, or whatnot. So at this point, that's the crazy part too. That's why I knew this lifestyle's not going to end, man, or gonna last for very long, dude. Because do you know how many twice, and this has never happened before, like the fucking Policia Nacional, man, they came up to this Airbnb and they were like, "Oh, is this a tourist rental?" And they kept asking me questions, and I was like, "Oh shit, I don't even know what to answer, man," because technically it is a tourist rental. And that's the main challenge that they're experiencing right now here in Spain. That there's a housing crunch, and foreigners are scooping up all this land. So, obviously, everybody needs a place to live. Everybody needs shelter, but now you can't really build up in Spain in the metro areas because there's this guy Ildefons Cerdo, man, motherfucker, maximized city plan in Barcelona probably for since the late 1800s, 1890, 1880, 1800s or so. So at this point, you can't really expand anymore, and that's the issue that's going on with the locals, man. And that's why they're shooting up the tourists with the water guns and everything, because they're pissed, dude. Like, all these foreigners are buying up land in the city center because they can afford it. American wages can afford that, but Spanish wages can't afford that, and that's a challenge, dude. Like, I really wanted to move here, but then I listened, I looked at the data, and the data's fucked up because Spanish people don't get paid for shit. That's actually, I had a roommate in one of the Airbnbs, and this dude was a German national, and he legit told me, like, oh, this was his exact quotation. It was like, "Oh, I came to Spain because they're poor, and it saved me money." And I was like, "Oh shit, this dude knows too." But they got the Schengen because he's, they're like EU and stuff like that. So technically, he could just be chilling long term, and that was his game because he's one of those athlete people. Like, and this is the craziest thing, dude. Like, this dude literally marched through all of Peru, he fucking hiked through it like 90 days just doing some extreme hardcore uh, fitness stuff. And then we were like the most yin and yang opposite, like roommate pairing, because this dude is like the most physical dude ever, and then I'm over here being like the laziest physical IT person ever. And I'm like, well, he was like, oh, how much do you Americans get paid? And I told him this much. He was like, oh shit, that's crazy money. And I'm like, well, I don't even have a college degree. So, I mean, I know people that get paid, so they have so much more qualifications, this and that, and they don't get paid nothing compared to what Americans get paid. So, I mean, that's the real challenge going on with there's a lot of friction going on with these tourists, these foreigners. So, I mean, the wild part is I didn't even know anything about Spanish culture until I came here in Barcelona, which is weird because I'm Filipino. So one thing I learned is the Philippines is named after King Philip II of Spain. So interesting enough, you know, parents are very, very into their culture, Filipino, and I'm like, what do we know about Spanish culture? Nada. Shouldn't we know anything? That's like where our country's named after. And apparently they did. I think I understand where it's coming from, man, because, you know, technically these people conquered us. So there's a lot of friction there too. I mean, you know, we're kind of like, everybody says like, oh, Filipinos are like Spanish Mexicans in a sense. And like, I mean, technically we're Asian Mexicans, yes. I mean, Mexico, they got the conquistadors and everything. So, I mean, we've running up history and stuff. And that's the crazy part, dude, because the one thing that's motivated me to do this is that traveling is a privilege, bro. So, because, like, my whole life, my family's in the Philippine Islands, we couldn't do shit because the Philippine passport is one of the most restricted in the world. But now we have a US passport. So what can we do? We can fucking go everywhere. So, I mean, I think that's the destiny of people. And look at this, dude. We gotta flip they call this gate lice. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure boarding's not happened for a very long time, and everyone is just lining up. Oh, speaking Turkey, yay, they just passed the law. If like, and I gotta go into a psychological study about this too, because just the airport environment in general just stresses out people. Like, I don't understand why. Like, I'm over here chilling, drinking my wine, and probably in about, 5 minutes, we gotta line up for boarding. But, I mean, I'm already in a good group, so, I mean, it's a rush, dude. It's just chilling. It doesn't have to be stressful. And that's what they say about Americans. They fucking live to work. And everybody else in the world is working to live, so that's what we got.